Ana Navarro, co-host of The View, disclosed the injury she sustained while attending a party at the Democratic National Convention. The 52-year-old posted a ton of images from last week's political event in Chicago on her Instagram page. It follows the lifelong Republicans' betrayal of the GOP and her announcement to her supporters that she will be hosting the convention's second night. According to her ex-bio, she became into a single-issue voter who wanted to see Donald Trump lose and be kicked out of the Republican Party, which led to her changing her political stance. Republicans became agitated when the political strategist and pundit called on her supporters to join in the celebration of democracy, claiming that her forefathers would be turning in their graves. In spite of the criticism, the former Nicaraguan exile has gone viral on Instagram with a variety of DNC photos. She suffered a terrible injury while partying with A-list celebrities and prominent Democrats, as her most recent post disclosed. She captioned the Instagram photo, saying, "Y'all, the DNC just about did me in." It was accompanied by a picture of her left foot, which displayed many blisters and a nailless toe. "If I had any damn sense, I'd realize I am too old and tired to be going out till the wee hours of dawn," Navarro stated to the crowd. "Naturally, though, I made an effort to stay up with the cool kids. For 4 nights in a row, I partied as though I were a Rolling Stones member, and had such nice shoes and clothes. Now I have wounds, blisters, and a missing toenail that I might wear Birkenstocks, but I would do it all over again. #YOLO. She also included a touching encounter with Barack Obama prior to his appearance on stage, as well as Vice President Kamala Harris cuddling up to Navarro's dog Cha-Cha. Navarro kissed the former president on the cheek and put her hand on his tie in the photos, joking in the caption that it happened during Michelle Obama's performance, which infuriated Obama supporters. She also got to know Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota and Harris's campaign mate, as well as his family. The television host defended his son Gus Walz against a *** wipes when Republicans made fun of him for crying with pride during his father's keynote address, telling viewers to keep the boy alone. Navarro shared a photo of herself with Gus and his mother Gwen, writing that she was so happy to be telling at Gwen Walz and Gus in person how much I appreciate them. "If you come for them, 1. You are an *** wipe. 2. You gotta go through me," she said. Navarro attacked Trump for his accusations that Harris is a communist during her speech at the Democratic National Convention. Kamala is labeled a communist by Donald Trump and his henchmen. "I am aware of communism. When I was 8 years old, I left Nicaragua because of communism. I take it seriously," she remarked. "And allow me to explain the actions of communist rulers. Furthermore, it never lasts a single day." She went on to post on social media, "They attack the free press. Do you recognize any of those items? Who of the presidential candidates reminds you of that?" Trump, meanwhile, returned to the campaign road last week when he held his first event in North Carolina behind bulletproof glass. Following the suspension of his campaign by Robert F. Kennedy Jr., he has subsequently disclosed his new plans. During his 48-minute speech to the country, the lawmaker described the decision to back out as heart-wrenching. In a major victory for the Trump campaign, former U.S. Representative Tulsi Gabbard and President Ronald F. Kennedy both endorsed the 45th president. Veteran political commentator Ana Navarro is known for her quick wit, fiery debates on The View, and unapologetically bold personality. But even Navarro had to admit that time has its way of catching up with everyone. After a whirlwind night of dancing and celebration at the Democratic National Committee's DNC after-party, the 52-year-old star confessed she'd pushed her limits a little too far and had the injury to prove it. Despite the mishap, Navarro was characteristically upbeat, laughing off the incident during a recent episode of The View and declaring, "No regrets." The DNC gathering in Washington, D.C. was a star-studded affair, with party leaders, media personalities, and celebrities all coming together to celebrate a successful round of fundraising and strategizing for the upcoming election year. Navarro, a longtime political strategist and commentator, was invited as a guest of honor and quickly became the life of the party. Dressed in a chic navy blue cocktail dress with a hint of sparkle, Navarro arrived ready to let loose after months of grueling political debates and daytime television schedules. Photos from the evening show her mingling with prominent figures, sipping on a glass of red wine, and holding court with her signature charm and humor. But the highlight of the night came when the DJ started spinning classic hits from the 80s and 90s, Navarro's prime party era. I heard Gloria Estefan's conga, and it was like my Cuban roots came alive, she later recounted. I couldn't resist. I kicked off my heels and hit the dance floor like I was 25 again, as Navarro enthusiastically danced to a mix of Latin beats and pop classics. The crowd couldn't help but cheer her on. But in the middle of a particularly ambitious spin during Livin' La Vida Loca, Navarro felt a sharp pain shoot through her knee. I knew immediately something wasn't right, she said. But I was having so much fun, I just kept going. I thought, I'll deal with it tomorrow. The injury worsened as the night went on, and by the time the party wound down in the early hours of the morning, Navarro was limping noticeably. Concerned friends urged her to seek medical attention, but she waved them off, insisting she be fine. It was worth it, Navarro joked. But let me tell you, the morning after was a whole different story. The next day, Navarro woke up with a swollen knee and struggled to walk. She reluctantly visited an urgent care clinic, where doctors diagnosed her with a minor ligament strain. While the injury wasn't serious, they advised her to rest and avoid high-impact activities for several weeks. During her return to The View, Navarro shared the story with her co-hosts, who couldn't help but tease her about the mishap. Leave it to Ana to turn a political party into an actual party, Joy Behar quipped. I think the real headline here is that you were trying to salsa to live in La Vida Loca, joked Sarah Haynes. That's a bold move. Navarro, as always, took the ribbing in stride. I'm too old for this, she admitted with a laugh. But you know what? If Gloria Estefan or Ricky Martin calls, I'll still be there. I just might need a brace next time. Navarro's candid recounting of the incident struck a chord with fans, many of whom applauded her for embracing life and not letting age dictate her choices. Love that Ana lives life to the fullest, one fan wrote on Instagram. We should all be so fearless. Another commented, this is why we love Ana. She's real, relatable, and knows how to have fun. Hope your knee heals soon. Of course, not everyone was as forgiving. Some critics questioned whether the injury was worth it, suggesting Navarro should be more mindful of her health. Dancing like that at her age? Not the smartest move, one detractor wrote on Twitter. But Navarro had little patience for the naysayers. Life is short and politics is stressful, she said during a recent interview. Sometimes you just have to let go and dance. If that makes me too old, so be it. Despite the setback, Navarro says the experience taught her a few valuable lessons, chief among them being the importance of moderation and self-care. I've got to remind myself that I'm not in my 20s anymore, she admitted. But that doesn't mean I have to stop having fun. I just need to pace myself. Maybe skip the spins next time. She's also found humor in the situation, sharing memes and jokes about her wild night with her followers on social media. One particularly popular post featured a photo of her knee brace with the caption, "Battle scars from the dance floor. Worth it." As Navarro recovers from her injury, she's already making plans for her next big event, though she insists she'll approach it with a bit more caution. I'll be back on the dance floor soon, she said. But I'll probably trade the heels for some comfy flats. And maybe stick to a slower song. Her co-hosts on The View are already teasing her about what they're calling Ana's redemption tour. We're going to make sure she gets a proper warm-up next time, said Sunny Hostin. And maybe a personal trainer. For Navarro, the injury is just another chapter in a life lived to the fullest. She refuses to let it dampen her spirit or enthusiasm for seizing the moment. Age is just a number, she said. If you love something, whether it's dancing, traveling, or just spending time with friends, do it. Even if it means a few aches and pains later. And as for that infamous night at the DNC, no regrets, Navarro said with a smile. None at all.